Hey folks, my name is Jen, and today we're going to do a book tag. So I wanted to do a book tag because I haven't done one in a little while, and I also wanted to film something kind of quick and easy because the next weekend and week are going to be a little bit weird because my husband and I are actually going to be on vacation for our anniversary. We're very excited. We haven't managed to have an actual vacation, just the two of us, for our anniversary since 2019, so we're very excited. And yeah, I just wanted something just a little bit easy for that, but also in honor of that being our anniversary vacation coming up, I wanted to film something related to romance, perhaps. This will be coming up our 8th wedding anniversary, and also within a couple of days of that is also us 12 years of being in a relationship, so it's a big one. I found a book tag to do. The tag that I found is the romance book tag. I found this on the book blog Girl Plus Books. I'm not 100% sure who the OG creator was, but I will look that up before I post the video, and I'll leave that info down below too. But anyway, here we go. First question is, what is the first romance that you remember reading? The first one I remember reading, I cannot even tell you what the title was. I couldn't even tell you who the author was because I don't really remember that either. All I know is that it was a red Harlequin romance. I think the silhouette kind. I think it might have been, or maybe not the silhouette kind. It was the, oh no, was the Desire series or the extra, I can't remember, but it definitely had a lot of red on the cover, and I think the girl in it was wearing a polka dot dress or a skirt or something like that, and I know that it was pretty sure it was a second chance romance because the beginning of the book had a scene when the main characters were teenagers, and then they would have a scene or two later on. I snuck reading this because I was actually not supposed to be reading romance novels. I think that's the one that I managed to read and not get caught with, but I did get caught with another one not that long after. That was a cowboy sort of romance, or the guy was actually half Cherokee or something, and it was, I don't know, it was weird. There was butter involved in one of the scenes. It was a lot. Anyway, they were at my grandparents' house. I was not supposed to be reading them. I read them anyway. What was the last romance that you read? I think I did a reread of A Princess in Theory. I think that's what it was, by Alyssa Cole, because I wanted to do a reread of the whole series, and then I did not after I reread the first one. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that was the last one I read. What is the romance you are most likely to recommend to a newbie? I guess it would depend on the person. It would depend on what their interests are. If they're looking for a really solidly written novel, a romance novel that has a lot going on besides the romance, and they want a more diverse cast and stuff like that, I'm instantly going to suggest Alyssa Cole's writing, the Reluctant Royals series, and also what she's done in the Runaway Royals series, which is the offshoot series of that. I would suggest those because, yeah, diverse cast, very well written, very respectful, good romantic partners and everything, yeah, spicy, they're so good. They're so funny. There's like a plot. It's not just people fucking. It's really good. And then like otherwise it really depends on what anyone's into, because I can think of a couple that I would suggest if you just want a fun time. Like Ice Planet Barbarians, I guess, is just a fun time if you just want to shut your brain off, or if you like stuff with a little more of like mystery thriller subplot thing going on. A lot of Nora Roberts books are like that, so that's pretty good. The romance you are most likely to recommend to another romance reader. Probably the same answers if they haven't like read any of those before. I think they should definitely check them out and branch out into there. An underrated romance you wish more people would read. Wish more people would read? I don't know. I don't know, to be completely honest. I think most of the romances that I have read already have gigantic like fan bases and a lot of interested people. I honestly can't think of any romances off the top of my head that that people haven't read, that don't have voracious like fan bases. But watch, editing me in like another day or two will probably think of something. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. What is an overrated romance you wish people would stop talking about? Okay. I'm gonna throw it out there. I'm gonna be controversial. Colleen Hoover. I don't get it, you guys. I just don't. I don't get it. Next question is an auto by author. Oh. Auto by author for me would be Alyssa Cole. Yeah. I really love her books. I think they're great. An author you used to love that you have since abandoned. Okay. I would say used to love is a very strong term. I would say that I found her writing entertaining at the time because I was deeply into my vampire phase. But Christine Feehan, I was really into Christine Feehan. Mind you, I hadn't read that many of her books, but the few that I had read, I loved. But I think I reread the big one that I loved. I don't know, a couple of years ago or something, before BookTube. But after I'd read like more romance novels, and I was like, wow, why did I like this? This main guy is like everything I hate in a love interest. Why? Next question is your favorite trope. Favorite romance trope of all time is fake dating. I know there is probably a reason for this, and I'm guessing that it is probably some type of movie that I watched at a very formative age, but I love the fake dating that then becomes like a real relationship because they get to know each other and like stuff. I don't know. Best book with your favorite trope. It is honestly probably The Duke and I, which is the first Bridgerton book. A book you didn't like even though it has your favorite trope. Oh, The Wedding Date by Jasmine Guillory. Unfortunately, I really did not like that one, and that was entirely because the male like lead sucked the big one. He was a narcissistic piece of shit. Most hated trope. I really don't like major miscommunication blowouts. I think it's okay if there's like a little bit here and there to add just a little bit of conflict, but I don't think it needs to be like a gigantic problem, or the miscommunication things need to be as blown up as they often are. And otherwise, This is gonna be something, because I know this is one that everybody loves a lot. I'm not big into enemies to lovers either. I think sometimes it makes sense, and then a lot of the times it's just like it doesn't make any sense whatsoever, because why, when you hate someone that much, would you suddenly be like, actually, no, I am want to bone down? It's like, I just don't understand the juxtaposition between rage and sexual tension. These two don't compute for me. A book you like even though it has the trope you hate. Does Pride and Prejudice count, I guess? Even though Pride and Prejudice is not, I mean, it's a romance, but it's more than a romance. There's a lot of, I don't know. Yeah, I guess that's the closest thing I can think of that would count. What is your problematic favorite? So, I have not finished reading Outlander because it's a whole thing. I was watching the show at the same time that I was planning on reading the books, and it's a whole thing. I know that people have brought up over a couple of years the major problematic parts of that book, so I guess that's probably problematic, and it might be rushing things to say it's a favorite when I haven't technically finished reading it, but yeah, we'll go with that. A book everyone else loved that has you scratching your head. There's a lot of those. To be completely honest, there's a lot of those that I have tried and DNF'd, and some that I will never try because of the contents, and I don't get it, you guys. I don't. Your favorite Romance Landia person to follow on Twitter? I am not on Twitter because it is a burning dumpster fire. A place or a person you go to for recommendations or reviews. So, for reviews in general, but I guess also specifically within like romance genre, Goodreads, I often kick around on there, and then otherwise it's, you know, everybody on YouTube or Bookstagram. That's where I get a lot of recommendations from, or where I see a lot of different books kind of pop up and they sound super interesting. So yeah. What is a book that has a character that reminds you of yourself? This is a toughie because, quite honestly, I don't come across that many characters that remind me of myself. I could think of a couple of like books that characters remind me of myself, but I don't think that I've ever read a romance novel where a character really reminds me of myself, to be completely honest. What is a romance cover that you love? So when I was in high school and college, I used to read the the True Blood series, or the series that True Blood was based off of. I used to borrow my friends' books all the time. I really liked those covers because I always liked the little details of whatever the little characters would be up to on the cover. I remember I really liked those. And there was also, I forget who they were by, but they were a series with like dragons and shifter dragon things or something. I don't know. I really liked the details on those because they were tiny little cartoon little guys and stuff. And at the time, that was like new to me, just because the majority of the romance novels that I have been sneaking trying to read, because I wasn't supposed to be reading them, most of them had like freaking Fabio on it or something. So I was used to a lot of like period piece looking at traditional romance novel covers. So just seeing little like cartoon little vampire or whatever on it was, you know, novel to me, and I liked those, and I still kind of like those. What is a book you reread more than once? Yo, honestly, the majority of the romance novels on my shelves I have read more than once, because they're just easy reads for me. It's like almost a comfort read, I guess. I'm in the mood for a romance, but I don't want a new one. I just want the same story, and so I'll hop into whatever. I think of the ones that I own, I'm gonna say Tribute by Nora Roberts is probably the one I've reread the most. Best romance audiobook. I have not listened to that many romance audiobooks. I think the only ones I've listened to have been the two Ice Planet Barbarian books that I've read. Those were audiobooks, and man, I mean, they're doing their absolute best out there, but there are some words of the human and alien anatomy that I've realized I don't like it when people say them out loud in a erotic manner. It makes me feel really mortified. What is the best romance / rom-com movie? When Harry Met Sally. 100% When Harry Met Sally. I adore that movie. It is a major comfort movie for me. My best friend feels the same way, and I love that movie. I love that movie so much. Who is your favorite heroine? Ooh, that one. Oh man, that one's a hard one. Maybe Portia from the Reluctant Royal series. I think she might be my favorite. Who is your favorite hero? Oh goodness. Well, besides the fact that I'm going to say Jamie Fraser because, damn, we're going to slightly push him off to the side because, again, haven't technically finished reading or watching that. In romance novels. There's a lot more other book boyfriends I have that are not in romance novels. Oh, I guess we would say Mr. Darcy if we were counting Pride and Prejudice. Ooh. But I do also really like Tavish Mackenzie from A Duke by Default. I love him. So, I don't know, maybe he's also up on my list. Can you tell that I enjoy Scottish romance people? Anyway. What is your all-time favorite romance? Oh man. I love the Reluctant Royal series. So those are right up there. I would also have to say Tribute and The Three Fates. And also probably Northern Lights. Those are by Nora Roberts, and I love those. Shelter in Place, though, man. That one, honestly, Shelter in Place by Nora Roberts, I think that is her masterpiece. It is the most beautiful book of hers that I've ever read. It's so good. And that, I think, is it. Yeah, that looks like that is the last question. Yeah, I will look up, again, like I said, the original poster, and I'll try to figure out, like, who that was. And I'll post that down below as per usual. And let's see, who am I gonna tag anyone? I will throw a tentative tag out to I'll throw a tentative tag out to a couple of people. Autumn over at Notes in the Book. Welcome back. No pressure at all. I also don't know or remember if you've ever done this tag at all. If you have, don't worry about it. Also, don't feel any pressure like you have to do this at all. And you know what? Groz, you and the fam, if you guys, I know you have read romances, but I don't think I don't think that's your preferred genres. But yeah, if you guys feel like you want to do this too, just for shits and giggles, go for it. But again, no pressure on you guys, on you or the fam or whatever, Anyway, that's the tag. That's this video. I hope you guys enjoy. Let me know if any of you out there super into romance, or what your favorite like romances that are, or anything. Yeah. Anyway, thank you for watching. Thank you for always watching. And if you are new here and would like to subscribe, please consider doing so. And I will see you guys in the next video.